Well, hello, folks out there in YouTube land. Got a very interesting show for you today, and let's get right into it. All right, the SEC stadium's ranked. Is Neyland going to be disrespected or given its fair due? And also, I've been watching the Vols baseball, and they're up 12-1 on South Carolina in the second game. They lost the first game, so they'll end up winning that series unless something dramatic happens in the last 2 outs. And the women's softball was ahead, but they had a rain delay, and I think they're going to try to start it up here in a little bit. But I'll have already done this video by the time that happens. But let's get into this kind of interesting off-season discussion. SEC stadiums. I'm very interested to see where Neyland stacks up. I have in my mind where it should be, but we'll see what folks think. And this is on SB Nation for the Texas A&M Aggies community. So this is a group that would not be favored of anybody except, I guess, Texas A&M. And this is by Robert Behrens. And let's see. He said, this is the time of year where you're probably just going to rank some stuff. He said they went by 5 different settings. They went by size. Said this one's obvious, but usually bigger's better. Architecture, some stadiums are just big blocks of steel and concrete, while others actually make an attempt to look like a real building with architectural features. Setting, it says being on the campus matters, but there are varying degrees to that. Atmosphere, granted, I haven't been to every SEC stadium, so this is the hardest one for me to gauge. And then name, said name matters because he wants it to be simple and iconic and not a bunch of names pushed together. And he starts out, he ranks Vanderbilt number 14. I don't think there's any question about that. Vanderbilt's stadium sucks.
But this whole place sucks. That's right, it sucks.
It's almost like they don't care about football. So I'm not even going to spend any time on that. I don't even think they have bathrooms. I know they have bathrooms, but they might as well not have. It says, while the setting for Vandy Stadium is elite, it's the smallest stadium, has 0 architectural value, the team's performance, blah, 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 blah. And it said, I don't want to spend any more time on it. Kroger Field of Kentucky is ranked 13th. Its size really hurts it. It's number 12. Atmosphere, they're not real high on the atmosphere. The setting, they think sucks. See, Kroger Field is pretty cohesive architecturally, and it's a good thing because the number 6 ranking on that list what helped it from being on the bottom. And it's nothing special, they said. Now, here's number 11, the Razorbacks of Arkansas. And it's, nothing to write home about. It number 9 in size, the setting they don't like, atmosphere, name, they don't care for it. Not going to spend a whole lot of time on that. Davis Wade Stadium, which is Mississippi State, finished tied for 11th. And it's, it's all right, I guess. It doesn't look too bad. They have a big screen. That helps it. I'm not going to spend any time on that. Missouri. I've seen Missouri many times having about 10,000 people in it. Now, sometimes they fill it up and it's something else, but it is small and it just doesn't get the job done. Here you can see the 11th in size, atmosphere 13. It's just, it's not been so good recently. Ole Miss at number 9, Vaught Hemingway Stadium. This is the one that Lane Kiffin does not like. He's very upset with it. It's too small. And most of the people leave and they get their hotty-toddy thing going, and he's not too happy about it. The setting, see, they put it at number 5, so it was kind of high, but size hurts them. Atmosphere, because, people are just kind of doing their thing. Williams-Brice Stadium, South Carolina, they put it at number 8, kind of right in the middle. Architecture, they like. Setting, they don't care for. Just kind of middle of the road. Says, it pains me to have Williams-Brice in the bottom half of the rankings because I think it's one of the more underrated atmospheres. They were pretty good last year in that dadgum game against us. Auburn, I've been to Auburn Jordan-Hare Stadium. Its atmosphere is electric, man. They sell out every game. Size 7, architecture 11, setting 6. I think it's better than that. Atmosphere should really be better than 5. It's just they haven't been very good recently. But I'm telling you, those people care about football. Bryant-Denny Stadium of Alabama, number 6.
Alabama!
Size is good. Architecture is good. It says Bryant-Denny is home to the most dominant dynasty, but this is a ranking of stadiums, not teams. It says it simply falls short on some of the truly elite company to come onto this list. So he's not giving it too much grief. Ben Hill Griffith Stadium of Florida, the Swamp. The Swamp is a very interesting stadium. It's not real pretty, but I tell you what, man, it's an advantage for the Gators, big time. It's right in the middle as far as size and architecture. The setting's good. The atmosphere is real good. The name, he thinks the name sucks. So that hurt a little bit. It is kind of a weird name. Ben Hill Griffith Stadium. Iconic venue, rankings, categories reflect that, particularly being number 4 in both setting and atmosphere. As trivia as it sounds, what really dragged it down was the name. While the Swamp, which is a great nickname, and I agree with that completely. Yeah, that name is kind of weird. Sanford Stadium, Georgia. Their size is real good, number 3. Their setting's good. The architecture they don't care for. It is kind of ugly. It really is kind of ugly. But that team is not. Well, they're ugly too, but they play awful well. Tiger Stadium, LSU, Death Valley. I do think LSU Stadium is cool to look at. Their atmosphere is amazing. Yeah, atmosphere number 1. Dang. We whooped up on them last year, though.
Oh, who won that fight anyway?
Size number 2, setting, name. Tiger Stadium is a good name. I like that. And I also like the fact it's known as Death Valley. Kyle Field at Texas A&M. Now, he probably put them number 2 because this is a Texas A&M site. See, they made architecture number 1. I mean, it's pretty cool looking. It does look like a building. I'll give them that. That's understandable they made that number 1. That almost looks like a football facility right there. Probably is. So that helped them a ton, and it's big. Atmosphere, all that. And then guess who's number 1?
How's bragging camp going?
Neyland Stadium. I totally agree with that. It is a really nice, simple layout. Two levels. You've got the river right here, the city, the campus, and the atmosphere. It says size number 3, architecture number 3, setting number 1, atmosphere number 2, and name number 1. Comes out on top, and it wasn't particularly close. With them ranking in the top 3 in every single category, setting, on campus, near a river, awesome city of Knoxville, unmatched. You have to love naming it after a head coach. And it's short enough to be memorable, but not a mouthful. We all saw what this place can be like against Alabama, and of course Florida last year was amazing, Kentucky. It was brutal to have to play at Neyland Stadium last year. It was a huge advantage. So there's who's number 1, Neyland Stadium. So we did not get disrespected or thrown any shade. I just thought it would be fun to go over that. I'm not going to spend a ton of time on it, but what the heck. And like I say, the baseball team looks like they're in decent shape to possibly host the NCAA. The ladies softball, we'll see how that goes. Very interesting. And, of course, our recruiting's going well. But I just thought I'd do a little change of pace here on the ranking. I don't know if it'll get very many views, but anyway, something fun to do. If you do like the video, just hit the like button. I would appreciate it. If you've not subscribed, it's on your right, my left. Just boom, that's all you got to do. And right over here's my most recent video that YouTube thinks you will love. And we'll see you next time on Sports Talk Jay.